CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today I wanted to teach you how to make this really cool, really easy Tunisian leaf. I just did another leaf video. This one's not quite as easy as that one. There's a little bit more to it, but I'm still going to deem it beginner friendly because I'm going to go slow and I'm going to explain it to you where you can definitely understand it. It is Tunisian, but it's not where you need a Tunisian hook or you need to know Tunisian crochet. I'm using a 5mm hook. You're also going to need a pair of scissors and a darning needle to work in your ends. Okay, so let's get into the tutorial. Also, I'm working with a weight for yarn. Okay, so if you use a smaller yarn or smaller hook, it will make a smaller or bigger leaf depending upon what you use. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to make a slip knot. And we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to make a circle by joining with a slip stitch to your first stitch. Pull through and you've got a little circle. You can open it up with your thumbs there and your nails. Just make sure that you get into the middle of the hole instead of working into this little piece right here where you just slip stitched, okay? And now you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. You're going to pull up loops going back this way and into your circle. So you've got one loop on your hook. You're going to go into your next stitch, pull up a loop. Into your next stitch, pull up a loop. And then go into your circle, the middle of that, and pull up a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over and go through 2. But before you go into these last 2, this is really important. I want you to hold your thumb right here so that you can keep this little piece up and then go through your work, because you need to work back into this piece right here and pull up a loop there. And then you're going to pull up into this next little bump right here. And then you're going to pull up into these this stitch right here. Under these 2 loops right here, you're going to pull up another stitch. And then you're going to pull up one in your circle. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook. You're going to go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, and then remember to hold your yarn here and go through 2 again. Then right where you held your yarn, there's a little bump right there. You're going to pull through that and pull up a loop. Then in the next right here, this little bump, you're going to pull up a loop. And then this little bump right here, you're going to pull up a loop. And then under this stitch right here, under these 2 right there, you're going to pull up a loop. And then you're going to pull up a loop in your circle. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, go through 2, 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 yarn over, and go through 2. Now I didn't hold that one because I wanted you to see why we are. You really want to work into this little bump right here, and it's really hard to find if you don't hold it with your thumb. But you can still find it if you miss it. You're just going to have to work your hook right in the back right here. And it's really hard to get into. So that's why I say to hold your thumb there to hold that piece out. Okay, I finally got into it, so I'm going to pull up a loop there. So in every bump, you're pulling up a loop. And it might be easier for you to keep your stitches nice and loose so that you can see these bumps and work into them very easily. So just working into those all the way down, and then right into this stitch right here, right in the top of there, and then back into the circle. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops on my hook. I'm going to go through 2, 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 and then I'm going to hold this here and go through these last 2. Then that's kept that bump up for me. I can pull up a loop there, and there, and there, and there, there, and here as well, right here at the end, under these. Now this really isn't, it is a stitch, but it's just part of this space right here. So you just want to go under both of those. Okay, I hope you can see that's kind of hard to explain. And so then I'm going to pull up here into my circle, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to go through 2, 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 and then hold, go through 2 again, and then pull up on these bumps going down, 2, and even sometimes these are hard to get into, 3, but not as hard as that first one, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then into this right here, 8. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then go through the circle and pull up, and that's 9 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Keep doing that all the way up. And then at the last one, don't forget to hold your thumb there before you pull through. And then again, pulling up, going all the way down. And just real quick, I want to show you, in case you're not seeing where these bumps are. If you've never worked any kind of Tunisian crochet before, it might be hard to see. But here's the one that I held with my thumb. It's a little bit easier to see than these. And here's this bump right here that we're working into. And this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And then here we're working under both of these, okay? So I hope that helps so that you can see it easier. So again, pulling up our loops. I like to use the edge of my hook sometimes to pull that up when it's hard to work into. And then don't forget to get under this stitch right here and then back into the circle. And now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you're going to go through 2, 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 and then remember to hold for the last one. So we're just going to do one more row. That's what I did for this one with the weight 4 yarn. You might need more depending on how big or small you want your leaf. So I'm going to pull up loops going all the way down, and my last row has 11 loops on my hook, like I said for this leaf. If you're using a smaller hook and smaller yarn, you may need to do more of these to make your leaf fuller. I think I did some small ones and it ended up with like 11 rows for it. Okay, so I'm pulling through. I'm going through this last space right here, and then I'm going into my circle. I should have 11 loops on my hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to go through 2, 2, all the way up. And then this will be our last row, and I'll show you how to finish this and how to work in your ends. So right after that last one, we're going to cut off, leaving enough to work in, and then you're just going to chain 1 to close. And that's just going to give it a little extra point there at the top. And isn't that beautiful? You can pull this in at the bottom, and it looks almost like a little piece of a stem. It's really a gorgeous leaf, okay? So let me show you how to work these ends in. First things first, we want to make sure that they don't show through to the front. So the way to do that is to work through your loops in the back. So go ahead and put this on a darning needle. Also, we don't want to lose our point at the top because it looks cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right through here so that I don't lose that point at the top. And then I'm going to work through my back loops so this doesn't show through, okay? And just your 3 times should be fine to keep this into place. If this is just going to be an applique glued on something, then you can tie it off and glue it, but otherwise it needs to be sewn in. And so after you do your 3rd time, you can cut off. And by doing that, you're keeping everything in the back of your work. And then this piece is going to be worked exactly the same. You would put that onto your darning needle. Except because this was around the circle, I would work it around the circle. So this is where this came out right here. So I'm going to go right into here, working around that circle area, going in and out of different places so it doesn't come undone. Okay, and then you can cut off. And you've got a beautiful leaf, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or anything, or you need any help, you can ask below in the YouTube section, comment section. But if you aren't comfortable with that, you can find me on Gmail, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And I'd be glad to help. And please like, share, subscribe, hit that notify me bell below so you can get notified of my future videos. And I'll see you again soon. Happy crocheting. Bye-bye.